Welcome to Live in the Pub. This is Susan O'Rourke. I'm here with Zig Zeitler, and we are coming to you courtesy of Q90.1. How are you, Zig?
I'm doing fine. How's everybody in Radio Land?
Well, we can't hear them answer.
Wow, jeez. Why can't we do that?
I don't know. There should be a two-way going on here.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everyone's doing okay. We're always having a good time here in the pub, and today we're going to be sharing some absolutely great Irish music with you. Some of our favorites, as usual, a little bit from Derek Warfield and Brendan Nolan, and boy, who else is going to be here? Liam Lynch, of course, is going to be here, giving us the information on what you want to be checking out this week in your area within the state of Michigan that has to do with Irish and Celtic events. So you want to get listening to some music.
Yeah, let's hear some music.
All right, we're going to start out with Derek Warfield and listen to some great tunes from his band, Derek Warfield and the Young Wolfe Tones. Derek was here, I think it was 2 years ago now, for the Great Lakes Gathering. He's been down in Detroit, though, since then. So for the folks that might have missed him at the Great Lakes Gathering, it's always good to go on to the Derek Warfield and the Young Wolfe Tones website and see where they're going to be, because they quite possibly could be coming to your area, and that's a fabulous live show. So we're going to start out with a set of tunes. The first one has my favorite, Mason's Apron, in it, with their fabulous banjo player, just like doing that, whatever you want to call it, on the banjo. That's insanely fabulous. And then another set of tunes and a great song that's original called A Decent Cup of Tea.
All right.
it, you can slurp it, and no matter what you work it in the morning, in the evening you can drink it hot or cold, and you can take it without sugar, or give it to your mother. It's the darling of the morning, a decent cup of tea. You can drink the mugs galore, and your head is never sore. If you're stepping at a party and you're dancing jigs and reels, and whiskey drinkers will be whining with the shaking and the crying. In the morning they'll be dying for a decent cup of tea. Them Hindus in New Delhi keep the warmth in your belly on a cold and frosty morning, just to keep your tongues warm. I don't care for chocolate toffee, you can keep your beer and coffee. Give me a singing kettle as it sits upon the stove. Every Tom, Dick and Harry loves the tea he gets from Barry. He makes it brown and black and every colour in between. Oriental Mr. Bewley has the tea that's fit for hoolies at a wake or at a party with buttermilk and cream. Mr. Lyons has the cuppa for your dinner and your supper, and there's Tetley's Liptons, they have quality and brand. In health if you are ailing, take a mug of Elder Jalen, or sip upon exotic tea from China or Japan. Our women like to gossip while down the throat they toss it. Our fellas like to drink it just to pass the time away. The navvy with a shovel now without his tea is trouble if he doesn't get his break now with his sandwiches and tea. The British sips it nicely, the Yankee likes it icy, the Japanese and Russians and the Arab likes his brew. Can drink now as you please, give a cheer for them Chinese. They love to take it sipping sweet and sour with the stew. Oh, them Hindus in New Delhi keep the warmth in your belly on a cold and frosty morning, just to keep your tongues warm. I don't care for chocolate toffee, you can keep your beer and coffee. Give me a singing kettle as it sits upon the stove. Countrymen, reggae and heavy metal rockers all rush for the kettle when the show it is a stopper. The football hurling men and rugby when they're trying, or run for the kettle when the whistle blows for time. For breakfast and lunch and your supper and your dinner, everybody loves the cup, and now the saints and the sinners. For tea is very sure it's the remedy and cure for to straighten up a fella, to send him on his way. We drink it in the morning just before the day is done, and then we take it strong or weaker with the Turk or with the Greek. The clergy with their collars and the Yankee with his dollars all love to take a drop of milk and sugar in their tea. Oh, the Hindus in New Delhi keep the warmth in your belly on a cold and frosty morning, just to keep your tongues warm. I don't care for chocolate toffee, you can keep your beer and coffee. Just give me a singing kettle as it sits upon the stove. All the politicians and the men in high positions, Fianna Gaelers, Fianna Fallers, every tar to chuck the dollars. The whingers and the ballers, the scroungers and the stallers, they love to take it sipping with a biscuit or a bun. It's a wake or at a party, you can take it strong and hearty. You can boil the water rosy, you can warm it in a cozy. Can read the year that's coming, you can tell what's up and running just by looking at the tea leaves at the bottom of the cup. Oh, them Hindus in New Delhi keep the warmth in your belly on a cold and frosty morning, just to keep your tongues warm. I don't care for chocolate toffee, you can keep your beer and coffee. Just give me a singing kettle as it sits upon the stove. Oh, them Hindus in New Delhi keep the warmth in your belly on a cold and frosty morning, just to keep your tongues warm. I don't care for chocolate toffee, you can keep your beer and coffee. Just give me a singing kettle as it sits upon the stove.
It's the darling of the morning. It's a decent cup of tea. That was written by Derek Warfield, and I think he wrote it with his daughter Catherine back in the early 1990s. Derek is a great songwriter, not just rebellion songs, but songs
Yes,
of
he
wit
is.
and charm, and he's a delightful individual
Yeah.
to spend a little time with.
I got to tell you, when he performed at the Great Lakes Gathering, he just had that crowd roaring, and that banjo player just had the crowd, just going.
Yeah, it's hard to sit still when the Wolfe Tones are on stage.
That's right.
Well, we're going to listen to a little bit now from a friend of ours by the name of Justin Murphy. And Justin I believe was actually born in England, but he has been playing Irish music his life long. He's a phenomenal Irish flute player. He also plays great guitar and
Yeah, he does,
sings.
yeah.
We don't get to hear him play guitar too often, but this is off of his Mana CD. And I don't know how old the CD actually is at this point, but I think you have that information, Zeg.
Let me see here. It is copyright 2000.
Okay, so it's 16 years old already, this
Yeah,
one. And he has other people on this CD playing as well.
Yeah, he has Nigel Stevens on guitar, Jerry O'Byrne on guitar, Beth Patterson on bouzouki, Patty League on bowron and percussion, Misha. Wow, that name is so long. Catch Chashvili.
Well, it was Misha.
Basic keyboards. Wow. I can't quite pronounce that.
What is she playing?
I just said bass and keyboards.
Oh, okay, bass and keyboards. All right, so we're going to listen to, let me see, a little bit off of this Mana CD. And as I said, Justin is a phenomenal Irish flute player. I believe he lives down in the Florida area, or at least that's the last time I heard that he was living down in the Florida area. And he's played with a couple of different great bands, but he sits in with a lot of other ones. But we've known him primarily from when he came up and played in Michigan with a fabulous trio called Legacy.
Yeah.
And I think what we're going to hear starting out is a beautiful waltz. It's actually called the Nameless Waltz. And then we're going to go into a set of reels. We're going to hear a little bit from Liam, the extra large leprechaun. And then after Liam, we will hear, I think, a set of jigs.
Hi Zig, it's Liam the Extra Large Leprechaun with Liam's picks for the week of June 14th through June the 20th. I'm going to have to defer to the calendar on miirish.com, as I always do, but this week in particular, I just can't get through it all in the few minutes I like to spend with you guys every Tuesday. So please play along with me. Go to miirish.com, click on the schedule, and we're going to go through just all the amazing things going on this week, and I'm going to try and do it in just the quickest amount of time as possible. So here we go. Starting tonight, as always, Celtic Jam with Hooley up in Bay City at the Steinhaus. You know all about it, but check it there if you want. Kalamazoo has Celtic Women, the Destiny Tour at Miller Auditorium. If you happen to be over in the Kalamazoo area or you haven't already checked it out, it's on our schedule. Click on it, gives you all the details. Tomorrow is Wear Your Kilt Wednesday for the Sparta Celtic Fest. Click on that, it'll tell you all about it. It's been fun. The last few weeks we've had some great pictures submitted on the Sparta Celtic Fest Facebook page. You too can partake. Always use the hashtag SCFKilt. Conklin has their Irish Sessions on Wednesday at 7 p.m. And then this weekend, boy, what a weekend have we got for you. Starting out with three festivals that I know of. 4 festivals, excuse me. It's all easier if you look at the calendar and click on the ones that interest you. You have, and no specific order, the Motor City Irish Fest moved to Greenmead out in Livonia. Go to their site, click on the MI Irish page, and find out all about it from their webpage, or go to the Motor City Irish Fest on Facebook, because they've moved locations, enlarged, got lots more music, lots of special events going on. Too much for me to talk about here. Just like the move for the Kalamazoo Irish Fest, they had to move their festival this year only to the same weekend as Motor City, and that bums a lot of people out, because a lot of the people from Kalamazoo love to come over to the Motor City Irish Fest and vice versa. This year, like myself, I'm going to have to be in Kalamazoo on Friday and Saturday, and then I'll come over to Motor City on Sunday. I wish I could be both places at once, because they're both great festivals. But again, once again, please click on the links from MI Irish's schedule of Irish and Celtic events, or scroll further down on the page to the Irish festivals in Michigan, and you too can click right on the links and find out all about all those information. For instance, the 17th, this Friday, Big Rapids Irish Fest. We don't talk about that one much. That's because they sell this one almost out every year. I think you can still get on it if you're up in that part of the state. Big Rapids, wonderful. The Gaylord Highland Games have moved to this weekend too, June 18th and 19th up at Gaylord, which is why you will find the pub runners, and they're going to be hosting Irish Night at Wings Over the North in Gaylord at 7 p.m. on Saturday the 18th. But go to the Highland Games on the festival in Michigan, click on it, it tells you all about it. And as long as we're down there, coming up a new one in Traverse City on June 25th, the Traverse City Celtic Fest. So again, lots coming up, way too much for me to talk about. Please go to miirish.com, and as always, my friends, stay Irish.
Justin Murphy, what a wonderful sound he has.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Yeah.
And, he always brings some really nice pieces to every recording that he makes, and he's a fabulous addition to any group.
Yeah, beautiful tone.
Yeah, absolutely
tone.
wonderful. The last set of jigs, just so you know, were Tell Her I Am the Bodacious Fruit. Now, there's a name. Or Tell Her I Am, comma, the Bodacious Fruit, comma, Willie Coleman's. So, but I like to read it, Tell Her I Am the Bodacious Fruit, Willie Coleman. It could be one title.
It could be.
It would make me want to meet Willie Coleman, I think. Anyway, that was Justin Murphy. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to know the names of the other tunes, because some of them, the names are so long, they ramble on, I can post all the information for you on Live in the Pub on our Facebook page. Please make sure you go to Facebook and give us that big blue thumbs up. And if you have any questions about today's show, you can ask us anything you'd like there, and we're happy to reply. Maybe not as honestly as we should, but sometimes.
Well, don't ever let the truth get in the way of a good story. That's the
right.
rules.
That's the rule. So anyway, go there. Also, as Liam said, make sure you go to miirish.com. Also, if you missed any of the details on all those great events that are coming up in the state of Michigan this week and next weekend, 2 big festivals coming up on the same day. Oh, gosh, split and divide me.
Yeah.
Motor City Irish Festival and Kalamazoo both on the same day.
Big ones.
It makes you wish you had your helicopter gassed up and ready to go, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I know.
Well, we do take donations.
Donations. Okay, so we're going to listen now to another one of our favorite performers. The gentleman's name is Brendan Nolan. And Brendan actually is a great singer-songwriter, and he also does fabulous traditional Irish music as well. We know him from the Mississippi Irish Festival. This is the first time that we have seen Brendan.
Yeah.
But he was born in Dublin. He moved to Canada in 1979, and he lives now, I believe, in St. Petersburg, Florida, down around the same area as Justin Murphy, of all people. He made his mark in Montreal. He was actually the house performer at the Old Dublin pub in Montreal for 14 years running, which is quite the house gig.
Yeah.
He's really very well versed in the historic information of all the traditional music that he brings to the plate. And he's also a great songwriter. He had written a song, I believe, called Far and Away or Far From Home. I think it's Far and Away. And it was actually published in Sing Out magazine. So he's gotten the nod from a lot of different organizations as far as his songwriting capability. He has a fabulous voice and easy to listen to all day long. So,
well, he does much more than just Irish music, though. He's very well rounded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right. He's a singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
So he does the Irish music, but he also covers other people's contemporary songs as well, and he does a beautiful job. His arrangements are gorgeous. So we're going to give a little bit of a listen to a few cuts off of his Songbook CD. I believe he actually has 8 CDs out. I only have 3. So we're going to have to be writing to Brendan shortly and tell him to give us some more...
we need more music.
We need more music. We do. I don't even have the CD with Far and Away on it.
Wow.
I don't believe. I don't have it because I looked through the 3 CDs that I have, and it's not on any of mine. So that kind of makes me sad.
Yeah.
But what I do have is absolutely lovely. We're going to listen to a great guitar piece called... let me see here. What is it called? Oh, The Lark in the Clear Air. And then we are going to hear a wonderful recording of Icarus. And this is about that fabulous Greek myth, where the father builds the wings out of wax and the son tries to fly with these wings and he gets too close to the sun like he was warned and disaster hits. But, it's a wonderful song about just people in general trying for things that other people wouldn't dare to try for. And I just love the whole song. And then we're going to listen to actually a charming and witty little piece called Paddy McGinty's Goat. Paddy McGinty's Goat.
All right.
Get out of the pub. No goats allowed.
That's right.
Get that goat out of here, Paddy.
Goat out of here.
I never wanted to fly high. I was too fond of walking, so when you said you'd reach the sky, I thought it was just your way of talking. But you said you'd build some wings, you'd thought out how it could be done, and I was doubtful of everything. I never thought you'd reach the sun. You were so clever with your hands. I watched you for hours with your glue and rubber bands. Feathers and the lace and the flowers and the finished wings, they shone so bright. Like some bright bird of glory, began to envy you, your flight. Like an old hero story. And you asked me to go with you, tried always to dare me, but I looked at the sky so blue, and I said that the height would scare me, but I carried your wings for you up the path to the cliff face, kissed you goodbye, and watched your eye, already bright with sunlight. And it was so grand at the start to watch you soaring higher. It was a pain deep in my heart. The wings seemed tipped with fire, like a seagull or a lark, rising to heaven like some ember or some spark that vanished from earth forever. And I believed you'd reach the sun. I believed all that you told me. You'd do a thing no one had ever done, and catch a star to please me. But then I saw the white wings fold, saw the feathers tremble, watched you drop like a ball of gold into the white blue water. There are some who are born to rise, some are born to follow, some reach for the skies, some walk in the hollow. And as I watched your body fall, I knew really you had won, for your grave was not the earth, but the reflection of the sun. I never wanted to fly high. Mr. Patrick McGinty, an Irishman of Nolan, fell into a fortune and he bought himself a goat. Says he, sure, a goat's milk I'm going to have me fill out. But when he brought the nanny home he found there was a bill. All the young ladies who live in Killaloo They're all wearing bustles like their mothers used to do. Oh, they each wear a bolster beneath their petticoat, and save the rest for Providence and for Paddy McGinty's coat. Mrs. Burke to her daughter said, "Listen, Mary Ann, who is the lad you were cuddling in the lane? He had long weary whiskers hanging from his chin." 'Twas only Pat McGinty's goat, she answered with a grin. Then she went away from the village in disgrace. She came back with powder and paint upon her face. Oh, she'd rings on her fingers and she wore a sable coat. You can bet your life she never got that from Paddy McGinty's goat. Little Nora McCarthy, the knot was going to tie. She washed out her trousseau and she hung it out to dry. Along came the goat and he saw the bits of white. He chewed up all her falderols and on her wedding night. Oh, turn out the gas quick, she shouted out to Pat. For though I'm your bride, sure I'm not worth looking at. I had to have everything I told you when I wrote, but now I'm wearing nothing thanks to Paddy McGinty's goat. Mickey Riley, he went to the races the other day, won $20 and he shouted hip hooray. He held up the banknote, said look at what I've got. Along came Paddy McGinty's got me swallowed up the lot. Always hating me banknotes as Mickey were the hump. They sent for the doctor to get the stomach pump. Oh, they pumped and they pumped for the $20 note, but all they got was ninepence out of Paddy McGinty's goat. That's right. Bold Irish Guards, you think it was romance? They adopted the goat and they brought him out to France. The day that they landed, he heard the bugle blow. Well, he took this little cranium and he ran to meet the foe. Oh, the Germans retreated and hurriedly they fled, holding their noses, they tumbled over dead. Ah, says the Kaiser, there's poison gas afloat, but it was only the effluvium from Paddy McGinty's goat. Off the west coast of Ireland one morning they were seen, as plain as any pikes there were German submarines. When Coast Guard Maloney fell into a fit, says Paddy McGinty's goat, it's time for me to do me bid. Oh, he jumped into the water, frisky as a whale, swam around the U-boat, wagging his little tail. Oh, he up with his horn and he stuck it in the boat, and he sent them all to hell. He go landed Paddy McGinty's goat. Paddy McGinty's goat had a wondrous appetite. One morning for breakfast he ate some dynamite, then a big box of matches he swallowed with a grin, and when he had his fill of that he drank some paraffin. Oh, he sat beat the fireside, didn't give a hang, swallowed a spark and exploded with a bang. So if you go to heaven you can bet your dollar note that the angel with the whiskers on is Paddy McGinty's goat.
Brendan Nolan.
Yeah, nice stuff. He's got a nice way about his singing.
Yeah.
Stuff he writes.
You know, his guitar playing is phenomenal. When the first time I heard this CD and I caught Paddy McGinty's goat, the tuba really kind of threw me for a loop. But it's an awful lot of fun, isn't it? It's actually Mark Schreider on tuba. And the other musicians on this particular CD, Brendan, of course, is on vocals and guitar. He also plays bowron and udu. I don't know what an udu is. UDU?
I'm not sure.
I'm not certain either. But he's on it. And Jonathan Moorman is on fiddle, Robert O'Donovan is on mandolin, 4-string banjo, and bouzouki. Danny Ellis is on trombone, keyboards and harmony vocals. Mark Schreider, as I said, is on tuba, and Al Fuller is on harmonica. And it's a fabulous CD. This particular one that we just listened to some cuts off of is called Brendan Nolan Songbrook. And not book, but Songbrook, as in with little fish on the cover. And there isn't a CD that I've listened to by Brendan Nolan that I don't personally enjoy. So, Brendan, get us more. Okay, we don't want to be selfish, but we are deep down inside. And we will promise to share it with the rest of the folks out there listening to Live in the Pub. Again, make certain that you go to our Facebook.com and... Not Facebook.com, our Facebook page, Live in the Pub, and give us a like and get any information that you want about the performance that you've heard today here at Live in the Pub, and make certain that you put Live in the Pub on your calendar, of course, so that you come back next Tuesday to hear more. Another reminder about the Great Lakes Gathering is right around the corner. We're looking at August 27th. All day long, so make sure that is on your calendar as well. We have an absolutely fabulous lineup for you coming to the First Merit Bank Event Park in Saginaw, Michigan. So until next week, we hope you stay well and safe home.
And we'll see you real soon. And coming right up is some more Derek Warfield. You're going to really love this. More Wolf Tones.
We were sitting on the wall upon a Sunday and watching the girls go by, and thinking I'd be married to one day when Kate Flynn caught me eye. Araman, she had the makings of a fairy, and she made the boys all swear. There's not one girl in the whole wide world like the darling girl from Clare. Every man, I've got the finest man you ever seen now, bar me now. Every day, there's one of them would say, but she'll agree now. You'll see now, all night they fight as to which of them was right in the colour of her eyes and hair. But not a word was ever heard from me about the darling girl from Clare. Says Casey, it's the father I'll be pleasing when I tell him of the land I've tilled, and I tell him of the cattle I have grazing, and the house I mean to build. And when he sees the animals and the pastures, and the fat stock feeding there, and the hens and the chickens you may go into the dickens for the darling girl from Clare. Every man, I've got the finest man you ever seen now, bar me now. Every day, there's one of them that say, but she'll agree now. You'll see now, says I to myself, though I haven't got much wealth of brass, I've got me share. And so I know the way they ought to go about the darling girl from Clare. Says Sweeney, she'd be coming to the shop here for to buy some sort of thing, and I'll ask her if she has a mind to stop there, and should I buy the ring. And when she sees the curtains on the windows and the old clock on the stairs, keeping time to the minute, no one else will be in it but the darling girl from Clare. Every man, I got the finest man you ever see now, bar me now. Every day, there's one of them will say, well, she'll agree now. You'll see now, they say you must stop till you're dead in your shop, and not a hair she'll care. With all your gold, you never get to hold upon the darling girl from Clare. Oh, I never said a single word about her, and I met that girl one day, and I told her I could never live without her, and what had she to say? Oh, she said, you better go and ask me father, and I met him then and there, and in less than an hour we were fighting for the dower of the darling girl from Clare. Every man, I've got the finest man you ever seen now. was shining bright, I asked her if she'd share all me joys and me sorrow and begorra, and tomorrow I'll be married to the girl from Clare. Every man I got the finest man you ever seen now, bar me now. Every day there's one of them will say, well, she'll agree now. You'll see now, little late last night when the moon was shining bright, I asked her if she'd share all me joys and me sorrow and begorra, and tomorrow I'll be married to the girl from Clare.
How many Guinnesses can a leprechaun drink anyway?